Hi there, it's Phil. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to do a little narration. This is from our NoSleep rules and uploaded by user MemeLord3796. And it's titled, I recently got hired as a night guard in a hospital. They have a strange set of rules. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the story. I could have went ahead and started out by telling you my real name, but I'm keeping it discreet because I don't want anyone, and I mean anyone, coming for me after the sort of events that unfolded before me last week. I'm taking therapy sessions, but I don't think these images will ever go away from my head. They are burned there like a nightmare which never fades away. The whole incident started a week before. I was still in college and pursuing a degree in mechanical engineering. Even though I was a bright student, I didn't have enough money to pay my college fees as well as pay rent. So I started looking for part-time jobs. Eventually I was tired of looking, as the only jobs I could have got were gas station attendants and waiters. That's when I came across this classified ad about a night guard at a hospital. The pay was really nice, enough for me to pay my rents, give my fees, and have extra money. The interview was smooth, with their main questions being whether or not I was comfortable with spending a night outside of my home and my health certificate. After reviewing my resume, they accepted me and told me to come to work from tomorrow. They told me that I had to come do this job for 1 week straight, and if after I wanted to discontinue, I would be paid my week's salary. With that amount of money, I didn't think of quitting, so I agreed to the contract and decided to come in the following day. The hospital was actually an asylum for the mentally ill patients, and many brilliant doctors used to work in it. My shift began at 11 p.m. and lasted all the way up to 6 in the morning the next day. Awfully long, I thought. I reached at the spot by 10:30 p.m. and saw the evening shift guard packing his stuff up. "Hey there." I went there and went towards him. He looked at me and adjusted his specs. "You're that new guy, aren't you?" he said as he got up from his chair. We shook hands and sat down. "They paying an awful lot of cash, isn't it?" "Yeah, I need the money," I told him. "Sure you do. Otherwise, only chaps with a death wish sign up for the night shift," he said. "Why do you say that?" I quickly asked. He was about to answer, but the alarm rang and it marked the beginning of my shift. "Well then, it's your time, I guess," he told and got up with his bag. "You were telling me something," I asked as he was leaving. "Tomorrow morning, boy. You won't catch me anywhere around here after 10. Good night and good luck," he said before heading out. "Weird guy," I mumbled and sat down in the chair with a sigh. Sure, the hospital did look creepy at night, but the paycheck just dulled everything. I was about to lean back in my chair when I noticed the envelope lying on the table marked urgent. I opened it up and took out the paper. Must be instructions for me, I thought. The letter was written as follows. "Greetings, new employee. We are delighted to have you in our company, and we are obliged that you have cooperated with us and agreed to our terms and conditions. Below are some rules which are mandatory for each and every night guard to follow. It's advised to keep this letter with you or have a photo of it on your phone after reading rather than trying to memorize it. We wish you good luck in your 7-hour journey. 1. Your shift begins exactly 11 p.m. and ends at 6 a.m. sharp. You will have to come by the stipulated time and leave only after you've completed your shift. Coming in late or trying to leave before your shift ends will result in dangerous situations both in this hospital and to you. 2. After your first hour passes, i.e. when it's 12 in the morning, you will be visited by a man in a blue overcoat and black fedora. You can see him through the corner of your eye, but never under any circumstances look directly at him. He may ask you to look at him. Just politely respond, "Sorry, I've been told not to." Politely ask if he wants something and stay quiet until he says something. He should respond by saying that he wants to meet the patient in bed 13, room 106. Please note the bed and room number carefully. If he says exactly this, punch a ticket using the ticket machine present in the drawer. If he says anything else other than what is mentioned, answer, "Sorry sir, not allowed." You may feel his face changing during the whole interaction with him, but never look him directly or through any reflection. Don't be fooled by his morphing face. This client of ours doesn't have a face. 3. In the next hour of your shift, you are required to go to the 3rd floor of our building and enter room 510. If after entering you see nobody, it means that it has escaped and will be returning soon. Hide in a nearby cupboard or closet and wait till the lights go out again. Once it does, carefully step out of your holding place and exit the room. Don't make any sound while doing so. Conversely, if after entering the room you see a doctor working at the desk with his back to you, ask him if he needs anything. Usually he will need a petty item such as a pen or something. Place the item he wants in the nearest desk you have. Acknowledge him before leaving. If the whole ordeal goes without any disturbance, then it is still dormant. Don't bother what it is, just know that it doesn't like humans. 4. The third hour should pass by relatively non-eventfully. You may be visited by a nurse who would ask you to accompany her to the 16th floor. She would give a random reason for that. Ignore it and say you'll send someone else. You don't need to follow her. Our building only has 15 floors. 5. During the 4th hour of your shift, you may feel a little dizzy and might want to go to sleep. It's highly recommended to stay awake during this hour of your shift. You can listen to loud music in your phone or even use the soda machine near the corridor to buy yourself an energy drink, but do not go to sleep. If you are feeling like you won't be able to stay awake anyway, then go inside the guard cabin, lock yourself in, and then go to sleep. But never go to sleep outside your cabin. If you do, you might not wake up at the same condition you were, or worse, you might not wake up at all. 6. You will be required to go to the 10th floor during the 5th hour. Take the second elevator, as the first one will be shown to be out of order. The elevator will halt at floor 7. An elderly woman will enter it and greet you. Politely greet her back and ask where she's going. If she says the floor number, stay in the elevator and get off at the 10th floor. If she says, "I'm going the other way," apologize to her and step out of the elevator. Don't look at her in the face while the elevator doors close. Wait for another elevator and board it. 7. After reaching the 10th floor, go to the room marked OT. Knock twice before entering. You would be called inside. Upon entering, keep a straight face regardless of what is happening in front of you. You would feel like screaming or throwing up, but it's highly advised to refrain from such actions as it might disturb the doctor. Ask him he called you, and regardless of what he says, answer with a "Sorry, sir," and step out of the room. If during this ordeal you fail to keep quiet, run from there as fast as you can. You are to take the stairs while running. The doctor is a relentless predator and will not stop until he has captured you. If you are lucky, you may actually make it back to your cabin. Enter it and lock the door. Stay in there and wait for the hour to pass. Don't worry, the doctor can't enter the cabin. 8. As the 6th and final hour of your shift starts, you will be visited by another guard saying that your shift is over. The office clock, your phone, and any other watch would show 6 a.m. in it. Answer him by saying that you would work an extra shift. Your shift is not over. It still has 1 hour left. 9. Once your shift ends, there will be an announcement saying the night shift is over. You may then go home. You have successfully completed your night shift. Hope you have carefully read the above mentioned rules and made note of them. Failure to follow any of these rules may result in severe physical or emotional trauma, for which the company will not be held responsible. Wishing you a safe and sound night shift. It's been an emotionally and physically challenging week for me, and just typing these is making my hands tremble about how I survived that 1 week, 7 hours a day. I followed those rules as diligently as possible. Only once did I fail to follow the 7th rule. I still have nightmares about the scene I witnessed in that OT, and how that monster who they call the doctor nearly hunted me down and made me a subject in his operation table. After 1 week, I quit the job as soon as possible. They paid me all the money they had promised and told me to keep whatever I experienced a secret. Even though they all had smiling faces, I knew the masked threat they gave me. I'm sharing this experience of mine as means of calming myself. To anyone who's reading this, thank you. You've helped me a lot in dealing with my mental condition.